YouTube, what it do? It's your boy Just Chike here, coming back at y'all with another one. Hey, do y'all remember back when I was like going to school for HVAC? Well, I know y'all can't tell, but that's my van right there. Your boy did it. Yes, sir. I'm about to get this car started. I'm driving somewhere. We're just gonna drive and talk. It's really like my videos are really just kind of a free for all. You know, I'm just finna speak what's on my mind, and then y'all vibe with it, and I'm gonna stick to a certain topic that I have that I want to talk to y'all about. It'll come to me in a minute. Let's get to it. But God has been blessing me, bro. God has been blessing me. Whoa. I hope the audio is still good, so I might just test something out real quick to see if the audio works. Let me just check my videos. Yeah, I guess my apartment complex, it got like ginormous speed bumps, you know. Anyway. Yeah. So I got a lot on my mind, but I like to keep it. I'm not gonna say that that's a constant. I'm very ambivalent. I'm decisive when it matters, but when it comes to my hobbies, I have like such an array of options of stuff that I like to do and how I like to go about things that I come off very indecisive in times of leisure. But when it comes down to like scheduled, you know, focus or my job or whatever I'm doing, I know exactly what I'm about to do, when I'm gonna do it, and how I'm gonna do it. That's just how I am. But I apologize, my phone is shaking like this right now. I know it's really annoying. I am driving, so it just is what it is, and hopefully the quality of my videos will improve as I get likes and subs. But today I want to talk about haters today. But before I get into haters, I'm gonna just talk about like how I've been doing, what's been going on, why I haven't posted in about six months, and ain't done nothing YouTube related for almost a year now. And you know, for those of y'all that don't really know me and don't really care and are just here for the information from a really small, insignificant YouTuber such as myself, go ahead, skip ahead, you know. But as of right now, you know, I'm just gonna get into what I've been doing. And basically, my phone got broken. So as y'all may have known, I record my videos on my iPhone 13 Pro Max. Man, oh man, am I grateful for it now. And basically, I had to grind to raise enough money while paying all my bills and all my expenses and my student loans and all that stuff. I'm paying the whole mile. Living on my own. I'm fully independent now. To get it repaired, and originally it was going to cost me like $900, but I recently got a raise and a bonus, and I'm like, let me just go up there and see what's up. And I got a deal, and it was like half that. So I got my phone repaired by the grace of God. And by the way, if me talking about God on my channel like kind of bothers y'all, just a disclaimer, this is not a religious channel. All right, you know, if y'all spiritual, that's cool. Personally, I am Christian. Actually, right now, I'm on my way headed to church right now. I keep the Sabbath day on Saturday. I keep worship on Saturday, but I keep it from Saturday morning to Saturday evening. On Friday evenings, we go to prepare. So I'm gonna be cooking up some delicious tomorrow. So I'm gonna go prepare some food for tomorrow, if that makes sense. But anyway. Bottom line is, I'm gonna give thanks to God at random times. If that makes y'all uncomfortable, boy, that camera shook. If that makes y'all uncomfortable, I apologize in advance. But I'm not trying to push my faith on nobody on this channel. That's not what it's for. No offense, I really don't care what you believe. I mean that in a brotherly, kindness lost a little weight. But yeah, my phone got broken, so that's what I got going on. And I was rocking a Moto G Pure with 32 gigabytes of storage. Well, I couldn't even take a video, so I dang sure wasn't finna output no videos. You know, that's in 480p. I'm just not gonna do that to y'all. That is really disrespectful. But anyway, so yeah, I've been working my trade. I do HVAC now. I work in commercial refrigeration for a company down here in South Carolina. I do maintenance, you know, because I've only been working in the field for like almost a year now, like 9 months now. So I'm really not too experienced, but I do my job and I get it done and I make sure it's right and get paid at the end of the day. So it just is what it is. But yeah, without further ado, I want to talk about haters. So why am I talking about haters? It's because lately I've just been very purposeful. Like I've just been very purposeful, you know, and you know, as I become a man, I'm starting to realize being a man really is no joke. And I don't mean being a man as in being a male. Being a male is the first step to being a man, to being able to become a man. But being a man is something completely different. Being a man means that you are sacrificing yourself for a greater aim for your future self or for those around you. If you are not doing that responsibly and denying yourself while doing it, because more than likely you will have to deny yourself to get to where it is that you want to be, you are not a man, you are a boy. A boy expects things to be given, a man expects to give, to receive. You know, if that makes any sense. So that's just Chike's definition of what a man is. But haters, as I've been very purposeful, I've been like trying to improve myself. And, you know, basically, like I get certain epiphanies at times about certain truths of the world, you know, about not truths of the world, but just concepts in life. And we hear this concept that's probably, you know, you can find in like Urban Dictionary, a hater. And a hater is basically someone who is jealous of your success. Now, I'm not saying I'm all uber successful, but I noticed that even in micro achievements, people like to, certain people in my space like to put dirt on it, per se. They like to put salt in my cereal a little bit. And you know, I don't appreciate salt in my cereal. I don't know if y'all do, but I sure really don't. I like my Special K with honey and cranberries in it, with almond chips. So that's how I like my Special K cereal. You know, I don't like no salt in my cereal. But anyway, and the reason I come to this understanding is because basically it's happened a lot. You know, I'm buff, kinda. You know, I'm like 180, 6'1". I'm like a lean, kind of bulky build. My body's really not as impressive as it may seem, but in comparison to others, I would be considered above average in looks in terms of my physique and my face. I get choosing signals all the time from women. I see women look at me all the time at work. I see women look at me all the time at the gym. Which I'm gonna make a video. So I'm trying to stop this shaking. I'm gonna make a video on the gym too. But you know, I see women look at me all the time. Do I have game? No. Am I getting girls left and right? Absolutely not. If y'all come to this channel to learn how to get girls, man, go somewhere else. This is really not me. Like, I'm not finna act like I'm no ladies man, but I know I look good to a lot of women. It's just the reality. I have muscle, I have height. You know, I got a fade that needs to be redone, and I'm growing facial hair out, and my skin looks kind of mid. I'm like, if I were to rate myself on just looks alone, you know, no money, no status, no game, I give myself like a high 7 or 8. You know what I mean? So I'm pretty cool. But let's talk about haters in general, though, because I know I'm 8 minutes in the video and I really haven't even gotten to like haters. Haters are people who try to put salt in your cereal, like I just said. they will try to belittle your achievements. They will try to, and they will be your closest. They will be the people that are closest to you. Because haters are pretty much parasitic. You know, you ever see that person? You got that one friend, and then you do something, right? Like, let's say you make it on the football team, right? And the coach puts you on A team, or you're on JV as a freshman, right? And you got that one friend that's like, well, yeah, man, I mean, we must got that easy coach this year. We got a nice coach this year. That's a hater, by the way. That's a hater. That friend that said that, he's a hater. He's a hater. Or, for example, like, I'm not going to say who did this, but I got a fade recently. And someone said, you know, you kind of look like that 2K player. You kind of like a default character. You look like a default 2K player. No, I know y'all cracking up at that, man. Screw y'all haters too. You say you look like a default 2K player. I don't play 2K, so it didn't really make me no different. But my fade has gotten so many looks, and it's gotten looks from women that they brought around. You know, I just get a regular drop fade to a 2. It looks good. I'm sorry. It looks good. It looks good. And I know it looks good. That's a hater move. Or for example, you know, I'll be buff coming from the gym, and then it'll be like a group of friends, right? Somebody will be like, hey, how'd you get back to the gym? How do you do this? Yeah, how do you do that? They'll be asking me questions, and the other friend will be like, oh, you know, I used to look like that back in the day. You know, I used to be like way stronger. That's a hater. That's a hater. You may have not caught it. You know, it may have seemed like, oh, you know, he's just shooting ass. You know, he's just duping around. He's just doping around. You know, he's just talking. Nah, bro, he's hating on you. He's hating on you. And the reason why is because haters cannot stand it when someone that they're hating on and the person that they're hating on, even if it's a micro achievement, is achieving something. They cannot stand. They do not. I'm trying to put myself in the mindset of a hater, because I've been a hater before, but I'm self-aware enough to catch it and stop that, because being a hater, in my opinion, is beta, and it's not beneficial. It's beta. I hate to use the beta alpha terms, because I know on YouTube they've been blowing up, and like they're kind of like not taboo, but just kind of, I don't know, corny. But it's beta. If you're a hater, you're beta. But it's like they don't like to see you shine. I hate to put it in like stupid terms like that, in like Urban Dictionary terms. I feel like my articulacy and my vocabulary has grown smaller over the past couple months. I don't know what's going on, but they cannot stand to any sign of growth in your internal or external achievements causes them pain. There we go. There we go. It causes them pain. Any form of growth within you, internally or externally, causes them a bit of pain. And that's because subconsciously they feel like they're in competition with you. And not only that, with that subconscious competition that they have with you, it's like their ego somewhat has their ego has some sort of foundation built upon it. Their ego has some sort of foundation built upon their imaginary subconscious competition with you, and therefore, when you achieve something, it causes them pain. Anything that really causes pain as human beings is normally something that afflicts our ego. And basically what the ego is, it's the boundary that separates us from the other. It's individualism in its purest form. And the ego in general isn't bad. Like people who are like, oh, I don't have an ego. They don't know the definition of an ego. Everyone has an ego. If you didn't have an ego, you'd be laying on the ground paralyzed like a meth head on the street, because you would have had an ego death after taking a salvia extract. But anyway, bottom line is, that's what haters are. That's the core fundamental. That's the core fundamental drive of that hater instinct. So, okay, there are haters. Now what? Well, we can't get rid of them. Haters, if you have haters, it's a good sign, because the thing about, and especially men, women have haters too, of course, but especially men. It's a good sign, especially men, because women are more often jealous by nature, because they are more emotional, and that's just a fact. It's okay. It doesn't make them weaker. No, I'm playing. But bottom line is, it doesn't make them any less of a person. But bottom line is like, we are in competition with each other. Naturally. We have to think back to the times when we were hunter-gatherers. We were in competition with each other. Men, we are in competition with each other. So I see haters all the time, kind of. I'm not expecting people to clap for my achievements. I'm not expecting that from nobody. But I'm expecting either neutrality or positivity. If I achieve something and somebody wants that, they should be like, oh man, that's dope, man, congratulations. Now, actually, I expect nothing but positivity. If it's neutral too, like if it's like, oh, okay, I mean, that's fine, but whatever. Bottom line is, you can't get rid of haters. You can't. Subconsciously, we are in competition with each other. It's just toxic when your ego, the foundation of your ego is tilted on the balance of it. Or it's even worse if you let that define you. And call yourself a loser because of it, if you are a hater. Anyway, however, haters are a sign of progress. Because you cannot hurt anyone's... Their ego wouldn't be irritated if their competition wasn't winning. And if you, aka their competition, wasn't winning, then you're not improving in any way, shape, or form. Does that make sense? So, there you go. There's a breakdown of, having a lot of haters is a sign that you're growing. I have a good amount of haters. And the thing is, I'm confident, but I'm not going to be arrogant or a narcissist. I'm not going to be arrogant. I'm nobody. I really am nobody. I'm an average guy who cleans condenser coils on roofs all day and, quotes pitted contactors. I'm really just a dude, bro. Like, it ain't really nothing too crazy about me. I'm fairly athletic, I squat like 365, I hit 225 for 4. Bro, I'm it. I'm it. Oh, my homie's calling me. All right, Jalen, I'm sorry. Sorry, Jalen. but yeah, man, and I wanted to add another thing about haters too. This is the one thing about haters y'all need to understand. And why haters are so dangerous. It's because haters don't know that they're haters. That's the worst thing about it. A hater is not even aware that they're a hater. Haters aren't even aware that they're hating on you. That is the worst. That is the worst type. Like, let's say I got food on my face, but I had no idea, versus I knew about it. At least I can wipe it off. At least I can assess myself. But haters have no idea that they're haters. They just don't know. They really just don't know. They're not aware of it. They think it's just their mode of being. So anyway, guys, that's what I want to talk about. I might... No, I'm not going to announce this. I'm not going to jinx it. I'm not going to announce this. I was going to make an announcement, but I'm not going to. But, man, I'm glad to be back on YouTube and recording again. I really hope this audio wasn't trash. If so, I'm sorry. Bear with me. And I'm going to just try and make sure I give y'all better quality, you know, in the future, because, you know, if I'm gonna have a full-time job doing some goofy work, I'm sorry, it's not goofy, but just working hard, you know, just being tired, I'm gonna have a hobby, because I don't play video games no more. I haven't played video games in like almost a year now. I journal, I meditate, I have Max, I walk my dog, I go in nature, and I go to church. That's pretty much what I do, and I work out. That's pretty much what I do, bro. That's me. So, you know, I might as well make YouTube videos while I'm doing it, right? Anyway, fellas, if y'all watched all the way through, man, I appreciate y'all. And I really appreciate any of you that subscribe. Like, you know, I feel like in the past, my videos, I would say I appreciate y'all subscribers, y'all subs. You know, like, follow, subscribe, holla back at your boy, peace. You know what I mean? Like, kind of like the scripted sort of, like, just, you know, you say that all the time, but you don't really mean it. I actually, like, if you really sub and listen to these videos all the way through, I actually genuinely appreciate you as a genuine friend. Like, I genuinely do, because I don't have a lot of friends, like, and not by like lack of choice, but almost because my personality and my mind, I filter people out so well that I don't allow a whole lot of friends into my life. It's mostly acquaintances, and I get along with everybody, but I bond with few, you know. So those of you who are able to watch my videos all the way through and relate to what I'm saying, like, subscribe and leave a comment, please, because, you know, it means that in real life I would rock with you. That's what that means. And if I can rock with you, man, you know, that's a powerful bond right there. So anyway, genuinely, I love y'all. Y'all have a good one, man. Peace.